Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be installing a wig from Luvme Hair. Inside the package, I received the wig that I'll be installing, an edge brush, wig cap, 2 elastic bands, a comb, and a drawstring bag. This is how the wig looks straight out the package. As you guys can see, it comes with some layers. It came in a side part and it's a 5x5 transparent lace wig. For this video, I'll be showing you guys step by step how I plucked the wig, how I installed it and styled it. So this is what the wig looks like after I bleached it, and now I'm gonna start to pluck it. My client requested a middle part, so the first thing that I do is part the closure straight down the middle so that I don't pluck in that area. When I finished making a part straight down the middle, I used my tail comb and took out all the hairs that I'll be using as baby hairs on both sides of the closure. The first thing that I do when I'm plucking any wig is take out all the hairs that were already thinned out. So I took out the first layer on the first side of the wig that I'll be plucking, and I plucked behind that hairline. For this wig, I'm only going to do 1 layer of plucking behind the hairline that I pulled out because I don't want it to be over plucked, and it was already a good amount of hair that was already plucked. So once I'm finished plucking this layer of hair, I'm going to take the hairs that I pulled out at the beginning, put it together, and then thin out that hairline to make it look more natural. I'm taking out the first thin layer of hair just in case I over pluck the hairline. I want to be able to have hair to cover it. In the next clip, I'll be showing you guys the actual pace that I move when I'm plucking a wig. This is how one side of the hairline came out after I finished plucking. Now for the baby hairs, I basically do the same step. I remove the top layer of hair and then pluck under to thin it out. My camera wasn't focused, so I did cut out some of the plucking, but in the next clip I'll be showing you guys how it came out. And for the next side of the closure, I repeated the same steps. After I finished plucking both sides of the hairline, I blow dried the wig, and now I'm going to begin to hot comb it in place before I place it on my client. The 3 things that I used for this part of the video is my wax stick, a hot comb, and my tail comb. Before hot combing each section, I used the wax stick, placed it on the hairs, and then I hot combed it down to mold it. I did my client's braids and molded her edges back. Off camera, she has a total of 12 braids for her closure install. Now I'm just oiling her scalp before I place the cap on her head. For wig installs, I don't use wig caps, I use sheer stockings as the cap. For this install, I'm not going to be gluing it down. I'll be using my Erica J's melting spray as a replacement for the adhesive. But for the cap, I did use a thin layer of glue. You can also use Got To Be Glued Free Spray as a replacement to place the cap on your client's head. Once the glue is clear, that means it's dried completely. So now I'm going to use my Ruby Kiss Cream Foundation number 14 and place it across the cap where the lace will be shown. And this is how the wig came out after I hot combed it. Now it'll be easier for me to install once it's on my client's head. Being that I'm not using any adhesive, I cut the lace off that isn't needed on the wig and applied some makeup, the same makeup that I used for the cap, on top of the lace. Placing makeup only inside the wig doesn't really make the lace match your client's skin tone. In the next clip, you guys will see the big difference it makes once I place the makeup on top of the lace. Now I'm going to use my Erica J's melting spray on my client's hairline to melt the lace before placing the elastic band down. I left the band on my client and blow dried it for about 5 minutes, and these are the results. The next step is to style the baby hairs. The first thing that I'm going to do is cut them the length that I need them to be, curl them with my red flat iron, and then use my Got To Be Glued gel and Cream of Nature mousse to swoop them in place. To make the baby hairs easier to style, I like to use my thumb and hold the top of the baby hair in place as I curve it with my edge brush. It's also easier to use a short, smaller edge brush to swoop them because it swoops way easier. After swooping the baby hairs, I used 5 wrap strips and tied them down while I styled my client's wig. You guys can see from this point of view how thick and full to the ends this wig is. Continue watching to see how I straightened it. Now that I straightened the entire wig and flipped it to a middle part, originally it came in a side part. The layers don't show as much. So in the next clip, I'm going to be cutting some soft layers in the hair so that it can show a little bit more. To make the part look sharper, I always use my Sharpie marker and cover the little hairs that got over bleached in the bleaching process. The last big step of this install is to hot comb the hairline and the top of my client's wig so that it can look all sleek and shiny and in place. Before hot combing, I always comb out all the hairs so that once it's hot combed, it'll be straight in place. To finish up the install, I use my wax stick to lay down any flyaway hairs, and then I use my angled brush and the same Ruby Kiss cream foundation to outline the part. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Comment below any questions you have and continue watching for more clips of the finished look.